Hey everybody, welcome. So, before starting, yesterday I messed up a little bit because I toggled the wrong switches in OBS, so Chase could not be heard. I believe I fixed it today, so let's give it a try. Hello, Chase.
Hello, let's see if I'm here today.
I think you are. I'm gonna listen to it now. You're gonna have a little bit of
Here
echo
today.
probably. I think you are. I'm gonna listen to it now. I think so. Yeah. Okay. I believe I heard you. So it should be good. We should be good to go. So, yeah, how are you today?
I'm doing okay. I did my stream last night and I had my own issues. I'm doing okay during that, so it's nice to see that everybody is having technological problems.
Yeah,
It
definitely.
was totally worth it for the 20 seconds of gameplay I had. But
Yeah, that was mostly story. For those who are listening, we played, or he played, Digimon Survive, and it was mostly a cutscene or cutscenes and basically like visual novel type of gameplay, right?
yeah, so I decided after the stream later on in the day to I started a game file because I was curious. I wanted to see if I was to continue streaming, how long would it be until I got to actual gameplay? And there was like another about an hour of
Oh my
cutscenes and
god.
visual novel stuff. Yeah, I will say though, to be fair, when I finally got to the actual gameplay stuff, I was pretty hooked. I played until like almost 1:30 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And I had to
Wow.
stop myself. So yeah,
Well, sounds promising then.
yeah. The thing that's interesting, so it's a lot darker than a lot of Digimon games, but the thing that's kind of fascinating is it reminds me a little bit of Shin Megami Tensei.
Yeah.
How like in those games, like to actually get the demons on your side, you have to talk to them and you have to answer questions and whatnot. And that's actually what you do with the Digimon in the game. Like you have to talk to them and they ask you a bunch of questions, and if they like your answers, they might join you. It's kind of interesting.
So you have to capture them in any way.
Right? Yeah, you have to kind of persuade them to join your side.
Interesting. So it's more of a talky kind of game, right? So you have multiple choices and the gameplay works based off of that.
Yeah, so when I was playing yesterday, I made mention of this. There was a thing that popped up on the screen that said your morality
Yeah.
changed, and I kind of laughed as like, did my decision make myself more good? And actually, that is kind of like a gameplay element. There's like three different morality types. There's like uh, lawfulness and like wrathfulness and that kind of thing, and that actually determines the way your Digimon like evolve in the game. So like if you have Agumon and he's ready to digivolve, like depending on the choices you've made in the game, it will determine how he evolves. So like
Hmm.
if you're like a morally good, if you've made like morally good choices, I guess he'll evolve into Greymon. Or if you've made like more wrathful decisions, he'll evolve into Tuskmon, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And that actually was something in the anime. I
Yeah, that's true. I
remember,
was thinking about it.
like the first season, if you remember when Agumon like digivolves into Skull Greymon
Yeah,
for the
yeah, yeah.
first time. It's because Tai was like forcing him,
Yeah.
and eventually he digivolved to Metal Greymon when Tai
Yeah.
realized his mistake. So that's interesting.
It is. It is. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like when in games you do have choices that have a real impact on the gameplay. One game like that was Fable, or the Fable series.
Yep.
Before that, Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars. So pretty cool. Pretty cool to see it implemented here as well. Because it makes sense. Like it's a little more immersive, right? Because your choices actually determine what creatures you can get.
Yeah, there's nothing like more frustrating to me when a game implements choices, but the choices don't really matter, right?
Right.
So it's like they're giving you the illusion that like because we're giving you options that it's like you're having an impact on the game, but it's
Mhm.
not really true because
Mhm.
whatever choice you make, it doesn't really matter. Whereas I
Right.
like morality systems where it's like if I do a side quest, and the way I handle it or the way I approach it actually changes the story a little.
Hmm. Right.
It just makes it a little more immersive to me.
Yeah, absolutely. I am just I'm not as big of a fan of the visual novel type of game, so I don't know if I'm gonna play it, but I am going to watch it.
Yeah,
Someone else play it a little bit. Also, because at least right now the price point is too steep for me. Anyway.
I totally understand. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of visual novels either, but I am a fan of Digimon,
Yeah.
and I do like tactics games. So I was
Mhm.
like, okay, I guess we'll see. I'm gonna try it at least, and it definitely is more visual novel than it is tactics game, which is kind of a weird decision to me. Eh,
Yeah.
I don't know. I already bought it, so I kind of feel like I have to push through and play it.
Yeah. I know the feeling. I want to try Tales of Arise actually. I was following a Final Fantasy stream the other day, and one of the users, I think they rated the guy I was following, and they were playing Tales of Arise, and they were pretty excited about it. I played a demo of it. I don't know if I'll get it. Maybe if it drops below 20 or less. I might do that. It was interesting design wise. I don't know if you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I have that one on my wish list too. I don't really know much about it. I'm not. So some people like have been following the Tales games for a long time. Like I know about Tales of Vesperia and Tales of
Yeah.
Symphonia and those kinds of games. I haven't like played too much into them, but I am interested in playing Arise because it did seem like they went for like a different style compared to the older ones.
Yeah. They did. It seems to be a little more mature, maybe. No, might be wrong. Uh, Seems to be a little less Tales-ish. Because I played the first one I played was Vesperia, and then Zesteria, and then I went back and played a bit of Symphonia, and I played Tales of the Abyss. But there is always something that feels a little off. I also played Exilia, which I did not like at all. Compared to Final Fantasy games, for example, there is always some feeling of emptiness, both in the design and in the story itself. Like it seems like it's dragging itself for too long.
Hmm.
So I don't know. I'm worried about it. I might play it again if it's really cheap. Then I'm like, okay, well, at least I will give it a try.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about Steam is that
Yeah,
a couple months after anything releases, it's almost like half off at times, and
yeah,
that's one of the ones where I'd kind of like to get it on a discount.
yeah. That's definitely something I regretted about, like when I bought a Switch. I thought, okay, I'm gonna buy a Switch. I'm gonna get cheap games, and like, nope, because they
No,
never ever
uh,
go down in price.
yep, that's Nintendo for you. They do
Yeah, I
not.
had no
If they
idea
ever
because
have,
I never had Nintendo consoles before.
yeah, if Nintendo has a discount, it's usually like never more than 30% off, and even that's kind of rare.
I haven't really played with my Switch in a long, long time. I bought like 3 games, or 4 maybe, and then I stopped because it was like too. I also resold them to
Yeah.
buy new ones because it was really not convenient. Also because I don't want to bash on Nintendo stuff. Some it's really fun, but I feel like some Switch games really have a lot less care put into them. Like they feel much more hacky. Like they reuse assets much more than other AAA games, and I don't like that. They feel at least they tend to kind of fall flat on me after a while. And
Hmm.
I don't think I've finished any game for the Switch. I didn't finish Octopath. I didn't finish Breath of the Wild for how much I liked it. After a while, they just get, I don't know, boring for me for some reason. Only happened with, or mainly happened with Switch games or Nintendo games.
Yeah, that's interesting. I think I've played like I got about 30 hours into Octopath and then I just kind of stopped playing it. I don't know. I'm kind of the same way. It's like it's really hard for me these days. When I played like Persona 5 on the PS4 and I had to put in like a lot of time to finish it
Yeah.
because like when you do a playthrough it's like 90 hours to beat the game. At least it was for me. And it's just like when I finished it, I'm like, I'm probably never gonna play this again because I can't see myself investing another 90 hours into
It's a long
finishing this
time, yeah.
game. And yeah, it's so many games are just so bloated these days. It's hard to
They
get through
are.
them.
That's how I feel about some Tales games. It's like, okay, well, you could have told the same story and explored the same characters in half of that time, and it would have been better because you wouldn't have added a lot of extra useless stuff. That's one of the pros of Final Fantasy. I never really felt like they were too much.
Mm.
They were not even excessively long. Like I think you can finish Final Fantasy 9 in 10 hours or even less. Like if you speed run it. So I'm not against long games. I used to look at the length of the game, like how many hours it takes to complete it, as a deciding factor in buying a new game. Because I when I was younger, obviously I had a lot of a lot of time on my hands. But nowadays, I'm like, I look at the quality of the hours. Like, okay, it takes 30 hours to finish. What do they look
Mm.
like? Because if it's just
Right.
a lot, like half of that is backtracking, then no thanks. Probably not going to do it.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
really important.
I think like 35 to 40 hours is probably a sweet spot for me.
Yeah,
Once it starts getting to like 60, 70 or more, at some point I'm just like I feel burnt out playing the game and it's like a part of me is I spent so much time, I might as well finish this and just see how it ends. But I there's a level of enjoyment that starts to drop the more and more I play, where it's like this is now starting to feel like a chore to me, and
yeah,
it's really a shame because it's like when I play those 30 to 45 hour games, it's like I'm getting really excited because I want to see how the story finishes,
right.
and with the longer games, it's more like I just want to get this over with.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, it's gonna be worth it because it's a long time. And because I play a lot less now, I am honestly happy even with like 20-ish, 25 hours, something like that. I wouldn't probably
Yeah.
complain if the story is good, if it's well told, and you got enough things to do, and there is enough variation. Then yeah,
And the thing for me, like from a writing perspective, so I don't mind cutscenes. Like cutscenes are kind of necessary to connect the story points, right?
yeah,
But with a lot of cutscenes and especially the dialogue, and I'm a big stickler for dialogue. I spend a lot of time writing dialogue, and a lot of these cutscenes in video games, you have the characters like exchanging dialogue, and they're basically saying the same things over and over again, but
yeah,
it's not leading to anything. You know, it's like okay, I get the point. You guys are saying the same things over and over again. Can we move on to the next story beat or something?
yeah,
It's
absolutely.
just like it's one of those things where it's like they're implementing that just to like make the game longer, and I don't like that when you have like
Yeah,
artificial lengthening by
yeah,
just saying the same things over and over.
absolutely. Hey, the Emperor of Cheese. Hello, can you hear Chase today? He should be
Yeah,
on.
please let me know so Nemo's not talking to himself the entire stream like a crazy person.
Yeah. Apparently he did mention it yesterday at the beginning. We both missed it for some reason. Metal Gear? Did we talk about Metal Gear? I didn't hear that. No. Were you saying Metal Gear, Chase? No, right?
Well, I think cheese is like when I'm talking about over bloated dialogue, Metal Gear definitely
Oh.
goes into that.
Yeah.
Because characters will say stuff like that's a thing with Solid Snake in those games is like somebody will say something and then Snake will repeat it back. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean this? Do you mean that? And it's like, well, yeah, that's what he just said, Snake. Like, why do we need to repeat everything?
Yeah. I didn't play Guns of the Patriots, but I heard one of the cutscenes is about 90 minutes long. Something
Oh,
like
the
that.
the closing cutscene, yeah, is like an hour and a half long. It's crazy.
I do like Metal Gear, but that kind of scares me away because I probably don't even have an hour and a half straight to play a game nowadays. So uh, I even have it's funny because I have the game, but it never worked. So I bought it on GameStop some, what, 4 years ago. And so I was super excited to try it. And then I put the disc in, starts the installation, 84% gets stuck. Nothing to do. Never going to work again. And I think he also damaged my PS3 because after that I had the same problem with Uncharted 2 and 3. So that sucked. I was curious of playing it though, mainly because I do like stealth gameplay. I remember Guns of the Patriots as a hefty amount of cutscenes. I think some really drag too long. Says the Emperor of Cheese.
Yeah. Metal Gear is kind of known for that. Whenever you play, like Metal Gear Solid 2 is probably like the biggest offender of this. It's really more cutscenes than it is gameplay. And I will say, I like the story of Metal Gear Solid 2. I think it's really fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, you're playing a video game, you're not watching a movie. So it's kind of different expectations.
Yeah, right. There are games that put too much gameplay in, and the story kind of becomes a secondary element. And others that put story as a prevalent thing. I do not dislike deep stories and a lot of storytelling, but I also do want to interact, obviously, a little bit, because otherwise it really feels like I'm just sitting there and watching. At which point I can just sit down and read a book or watch a movie. So it's probably at least less goofy in terms of cutscenes, right? Because it's a movie, it's not cutscenes. So Emperor of Cheese never felt like that about Sons of Liberty, and he enjoyed the pace.
Oh, I enjoy the game, don't get me wrong. I'm just saying there's a lot of cutscenes that kind of go on for a long time in that game.
I still like it a lot. I think I have it here. Yeah, I do. It's one of those games that did not sell, fortunately. Because at some point I wanted to play Dragon Quest VIII, and I didn't have the money, so I had to sell a bunch of games to play it, to be able to buy it. And it might have been the last game I bought at full price. 2008, something like that. Yeah, probably the last game. I don't know, now, especially nowadays, obviously I work, I earn money. I kind of think about it for a longer time before buying something. So for games, I'm like, well, how much can I get out of this game, and is it really worth the price? And most of the times, my answer is no. I'm not going to spend more than $20 on a game, because I don't know, age, I guess. Obviously, I also work in games. I made a game, so I understand that there is a cost, and the devs do deserve to get the investment back in terms of earning. But I still think that 60 or 70 or more bucks for a game is a lot of money, at least for my personal, I guess, use of the game.
Jeez, I mean the pacing of both gameplay and cutscenes, but I do agree with the kinds of the Patriots. I can go on and on. Listen, what I'm saying is, like, when you compare Metal Gear Solid 2 to Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater had like a really good balance of gameplay and cutscenes. The cutscenes in Snake Eater didn't really feel like they went on too long. They gave you a lot of good story information and whatnot, but you got like right back to the action right afterwards. Whereas with Metal Gear Solid 2, I do feel like you have these like 20-minute cutscenes, and then there were certain points where it's like you would walk a little bit, and then another cutscene would just immediately start firing up. There were things like that where that kind of annoyed me. That doesn't mean I disliked the game. I thought it was a good game, but I just felt like if it had a better balance like Snake Eater did, I would have enjoyed it even more.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that. I like both. I really like the Metal Gear Ray design, and some other designs about Metal Gear 2. They're pretty neat. But in terms of game, I definitely preferred Snake Eater in general. The whole survival thing, and also the characters, they felt a little more interesting.
Yeah, I like the environment too.
Yeah,
It's like you're in the middle of a jungle and it's like you're fighting for your survival. That was like really neat. It felt a
it
lot more
was. Yeah,
tense to me.
yeah, yeah. I did. I did. Um, I think 49.99 was just right as a price. Yeah, as a new game. Yeah, maybe. And that's stuffy for me. I played Snake Eater, but did not complete it. Maybe Kojima took some pointers from the last one. Maybe. Have you guys noticed the theme song for Sons of Liberty never popped up after? What do you mean?
Like the opening song?
I don't remember that. I do remember the Snake Eater song, but not the Sons of Liberty song.
Oh, yeah, Snake Eater is an amazing song.
I
You'll
like it.
never forget it when you hear it.
Yeah, it's very James Bond-ish.
Yes.
I honestly liked it, and the animation that accompanied it was also really cool. Snakes and stuff. It totally felt like you were in the 60s, 70s with all the classic movies. Really cool. Definitely Cold
And,
War like.
and the biggest meme in that game is when you're climbing that really long ladder and the song starts playing as you're climbing.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's almost like Kojima did that as a joke. He's like, I'm going to put this really long ladder in the game and then just have the song play over it. It's like this like very upbeat, like very intense song as you're climbing a ladder.
Yeah. Snake Eater, yeah. It was the beginning. I really cannot recall it, honestly. The Sons of Liberty song. But I am a fan in general of the main theme. I do like the main theme of Metal Gear, although it's very similar to a classical piece, which I can't remember the name of now. But I did look it up back then, and it's not super original, as far as I have seen.
I can't remember the Metal Gear Solid 2 opening. I remember the closing song, Can't Say Goodbye to Yesterday. I love that song. It's very New Yorkish. For anyone who is not American, if you want to know what like the feeling of being in New York is, listen to Can't Say Goodbye to Yesterday. Which is really appropriate because that's where the game ends.
Yeah, right. I should play a game again. I feel like playing a stealth game recently, or an RPG. It's very similar to a Russian piece. I guess the opening one, he says. Like Tchaikovsky? Something like that? You mean the Russian piece in that sense? I have my roommate here who's a melomaniac. Is it a word in English too? I guess it is. He really likes classical music and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like he's very much into it, and every time there is a song that's even remotely resembling some classical piece, he says, "Oh, this was probably the influence," and it turns out it actually is usually so. He might have been the one who told me about the Metal Gear thing, because I might have been playing it at some point, and I told him about it, and then showed him or linked in the song, and he said, "Oh, this reminds me of this other piece." And sure enough, that was very similar.
That's interesting. I have a record player, and I have like a record of like a bunch of like Tchaikovsky's greatest hits, that kind of thing. So I totally sympathize with that.
Emperor of Cheese says, "I thought Frank Sinatra's New York was New York's theme song."
Maybe at one point. New York is a different place now, though.
Yeah, I heard. I heard. For some reason, every time I hear someone talk about New York, they complain. Like the guy I work with for my other job, the web development, he complained a lot. He went to New York once and he said he bumped into a lot of people and they were always very rude. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's true or not.
Yeah, and public transportation is pretty bad now. If you like watching people having sex on the subway,
Seriously?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, geez.
People having sex and just open drugs on your work. It's bad.
It's pretty gross. I mean, big cities are kind of gross in general anyway.
I tend to agree as somebody who doesn't live in one now.
Should be able to finish this today. Like the ink. I was actually surprised when I went to New York. People were genuinely nice. I even had people walk up to me and ask if I needed help getting somewhere. Wow. Well, I guess there are different experiences depending on where you go.
It's possible that the route to each other, maybe not necessarily to someone that they think is from out of the, city. Yeah.
Yeah, could be. But do not go to the bathroom in Central Park next to the Museum of Natural History. It smells like death. And that smell will never leave me. All right. Not going to do that.
I tried to avoid public bathrooms whenever possible.
Yeah, likewise. I did use public bathrooms in Japan, though. They were pretty clean, honestly. It's probably the only place where I'm willing to try a public bathroom because otherwise I don't. Never did.
I've obviously never been there, but Japan abroad does have a reputation of being pretty clean.
Yeah. The cleanest toilet I've ever seen, a bathroom and toilet I've ever seen, was in a Toyota dealer. Because we went there because my wife's dad's car needed something. I don't know. And so I had to wait 3 hours in the meantime, so I also used the bathroom, and it was like super clean. There were plants inside. There were like sleeved toothbrushes and usable toothpaste that was like in small containers, so you could even take it home. I don't know. Super clean towels, perfume sprays, everything you can possibly imagine. LED lights. I don't know. It was insane. I've never seen such a clean bathroom, honestly. It was mind-blowing. I never smelled something so awful come out of a public bathroom. It should be a crime on humanity. An animal doesn't do that. If there's one thing about Japan, I would be confusing their public bathrooms. Yeah, it depends on where you go, though. Because if you go to, like, parking lots, those are pretty awful, too. I mean, they're not as awful as they could be, as they're probably here or there in the U.S., but they're still pretty awful. They're not nice. So they do have bad places there, too. Obviously.
Yeah, I was watching like a video of like a guy giving tips on if you visit Japan. He was like a foreign guy, and he's like doing a video of these are things you should do or not do when you're in Japan. And one thing about that is he was talking about if you're walking around and you have something to eat, you should just keep the trash on you. Do not litter the ground because you will get roasted. You will get absolutely roasted if you drop that trash on the ground somewhere.
Yeah. Not only that, but I heard in some places you cannot even walk and eat at the same time.
Yeah.
I might have mentioned this already. Hey, Pete! Welcome! Thanks for joining, man. Pete is a friend of mine. We met thanks to the Watts Atelier. We actually did meet in person in California. So how are you, Pete? How's life? Walking and chewing gum is hard, yeah. Yeah, you shouldn't litter in general. It's rude. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't.
Well, obviously, I agree with that too. It's like people do that around here, and there isn't like a lot of social shaming or anything like that.
Mhm.
People might like you might occasionally get somebody who's like, "Hey, do that." Again, I've never lived in Japan. I'm sure it's probably different though. Like
Yeah.
people will get very angry.
Well, you
about
get
it.
angry stares. Will stare at you very, very disappointedly. That's usually what they do. They have some things that
That
are
seems.
nice. Hmm.
I was gonna say that's probably their general attitude though.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just angry, disappointed stares at you.
yeah. But they do have some nice things. Like there was such a respect for public greenery, like public sidewalks and all that kind of stuff, bushes, whatnot. And every now and then you would see older people just going around cleaning. So that was pretty nice, like cleaning around the side of the street, and that was nice. It was nice. The downside to that is that to participate, you have to pay. Like someone came to my house and asked me money for that. Like, if you want to join, you gotta pay. What? I mean, I would already work. Why should I also pay? Nemo, ready to go to Japan with me? November 3rd, mark it down. I don't know. We'll see how COVID goes, and if I have to go there first. I don't know. Pete says, "Life is what it is. As the world turns, I stay in my studio and draw and paint and teach." That's cool. I hope teaching is going well. Paid work? Yeah. Well, officially, the excuse was that they would also organize like barbecues and stuff. But that still didn't make sense to me because I could just buy the meat when I went, buy something or bring another grill. Why did I have to pay $100 in advance just to be part of the group? Without justification, by the way, like without knowing where the money went. So I didn't. Also because I was leaving anyway. Yeah, I don't know. That didn't sound like a donation to me. But it was also probably not properly explained to me. Like I was supposed to know what it was and I didn't. And so they did not really bother explaining it properly in a way that would make me change my mind. That's the thing about Japan. You do not have to ask. You just have to do things. So you don't have to ask what the key money, air quotes, key money is for when you rent an apartment. Because there is no real explanation. It's just a insane fee you have to pay to the owner so that he gives you the keys to the apartment. I'm not kidding. That's the reason. That's a real reason. But they won't say it. If you want to be exclusive, you have to pay the exclusive. Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I certainly know that. Working with Nemo.
Oh, that's backstabbing. I feel backstabbed.
To be fair, I'm sure Nemo would want to include some of his designs as part of PAX, but I've told him no, we got a contract, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, some of those ideas are really awesome. So I don't think other people deserve to use them anyway because they don't want to pay. So
Actually, you probably make more from me doing custom stuff than you would from the PAX anyway. So
absolutely, yeah, yeah. They don't sell. They're not selling. I didn't make much in 2 years out of those. Unfortunately, people like free stuff. One day, I hope
So,
I can make a.
on Itch with the free stuff, does it tell you when people download it? Like, do you know how many people have downloaded the free stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
Those
I'm
are
assuming
a
it's
lot.
more than the paid stuff.
Oh, it's way more than that. It's not even in the ballpark. It's way more than that. Yeah, I got a lot of downloads for the free stuff, and I got a lot of followers. But They just don't buy. In a very naive way, when I published the desert pack, I thought, okay, I've got 100 followers now. I had like 20 when I released the last pack, so I guess I'm going to sell 5 times more. Well, no.
No.
Definitely. Nemo, are you selling your body mono packs? No. No, nobody would buy them, like unless they're working on some undead creature or something. Probably not. So I'm selling my monster packs on itch.io. Like the monsters, like this one that I'm making now. This is for a monster pack. So it's not good business, but it's fun. So I like the fame, I guess. Yeah. If you mean like digital, yeah, they're digital. All of them are digital. Although I know someone does publish asset packs that are hand drawn. I think the guy we mentioned yesterday, Tyler Warren, his stuff is hand drawn and then probably digitally painted.
When I look at his stuff, I think that's the impression I get too.
Yeah. Looks like. How have you been without getting into our more personal subjects? Pretty good, I guess. A little better. I can eat, at least here. I can eat real food. So that's good for my overall health. And also in general, I'm doing a little better. Like I'm not getting sick every week or so. So, it's much easier to be productive when you're not dying every day. Or someone is not causing you trouble. Pasta, yeah, that's right. Basically, that's what I eat now. So, since I'm very skinny, I can just eat whatever I want. Not a big deal for me.
I envy you.
Yeah. It's very rare, I guess. It's also annoying because when you're trying to bulk and you can't put on weight, that's problematic. Because I work out basically every day, and it's so hard for me to put on weight and mass that I have to basically feel nauseous all the time if I want to gain something. It's like, yeah, I gotta eat a lot more. So that's unfortunate, but at least I can enjoy food. The good old American spaghetti and meatballs. No, not that. No, we don't do it here actually. It's not something we do. Spaghetti and meatballs is not traditionally Italian. We usually put sauce. We do put sauce, and we use ground beef for the sauce, but not meatballs. Emperor Cheese, tell me about it. Yeah, he's like me. We got the same, more or less the same build in the Emperor Cheese. That's what I said American. Oh, okay. That's what you meant, okay. Let's try to get this little fish done. I can't wait to draw those wrist wraps. Well, Chase, do you have any ETA for your game yet?
Like a finished product?
No, even just some sort of demo or something playable.
For a demo, it'd probably be like maybe 3 to 4 months.
And not too long.
I would imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been working on the opening stuff, just getting everything to work. As far as like a finished game, I'd say probably like a year, maybe.
Yeah. That's a massive project, though. I would not be able to conjure up
It is.
for an RPG. RPGs are hard. The hardest, probably. All right, homie, I gotta get back to the fam talk. Talk to you soon. Okay, Thanks for joining, Pete. Hope to see you soon. Emperor Cheese is asking if you have any screenshots or pictures.
Actually, I've been sharing some with Nemo, but they're not finished. They're mostly like proof of concept kind of stuff. So
Yeah, I gotta wait a little bit more.
The thing that's taking up a big chunk of time is I decided recently to alter the character designs for the sprites. So before they were a little more chibi, and now they're not like very well proportioned, but they're a lot taller, and that requires changing all of the clothes designs and all of the character designs to fit that newer style, and that takes a lot of time doing all that sprite work. But
oh man, I can imagine. I only. Go ahead.
I'm kind of regretting the decision, but at the very least, it does give the game a more unique feeling compared to other RPG Maker games. So
yeah, that I was about to say that usually they take they're pretty much all the same if you make them in RPG Maker, because they use stock sprites and stock assets. So since I've been using the RTP sprites and stuff for the screenshots for my creatures, I don't know. I don't like the base characters as much, and so I'm glad that at least they're not using those. Like, what's his name again? Starts with E. The guy with the red hair from the RTP pack. It's EE what? I forgot.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. Let me look real quick.
Yeah, it's the base guy.
Man, I can't remember.
Me neither, but I should. I saw it pretty often. All the screenshots I had to take.
Wait, are you talking about Harold?
Harold, right? It's not with E. It's Harold.
Yeah, Harold.
Harold, yeah. Which makes me think about that meme, you know, that hide the pain, Harold.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, it's like if you look at games released with RPG Maker, it's really depressing how many people just use Harold as the main character in released games. It's like, man, can't you do something that's not just the basic assets of the game?
Yeah, I get it. I mean, some people are probably not artists and do not want to hire someone to do sprite work, but still.
Well, yeah. The game comes with a character generator, though, so you can just make your own characters.
That's true, yeah. Everyone needs a Harold in their lives, I guess, yeah. I guess. Are these hands the same size now? Let's see. And that's a little larger. So I might reduce it just a little bit. It's cool though that
I'll say,
yeah.
I will say that pretty much everything that's in my game so far is something I've paid for, whether it's publicly or privately available. So at the very least, I'm not just using free assets in the game.
Yeah.
Like all my tile sets I paid for and things like that. But
yeah, that's also really important. You can get like a special, or at least more unique environments with tile sets.
Yeah.
You can even recolor some of them to get a more unique vibe. And backgrounds also. Nice drawing, Nemo, looking nice. Thank you. It's encouraging to show your work. You mean it's encouraging for you? I hope you will show your work. You should show your work. I just keep telling you that. Show your work. The world needs to see.
Yeah, geez, work on some character busts so I can see what you do.
He does characters. He kind of draws like Kim Jong-gi a little bit. Like that. He's got a very good sense of perspective and spatial awareness. This is oh, for me, what you talking about? Willis. Is it?
Willis.
Oh, is it something you say in America?
That's from a TV show.
Oh, okay. You didn't show. No, you don't show your work. You never show your work. I've seen maybe a couple things you did in 4 years. This hand feels flat. Oh. Okay, nobody's gonna notice. I'm gonna leave it as it is. Doesn't matter. Let's pretend it's fine. I'm thinking of using a kind of a brass color, a rotting metal color for the pointy part of the spear. Well, I was going to, but the file was iffy. That's not my fault. Sure, it was. Sure, it was.
So you're saying the tip of the spear is made of metal? Really? That's kind of surprising.
This one or bone? Yeah, I mean this, like the tip of this spear. You would think it's made of something else?
No, I was being sarcastic.
Oh.
I kind of assumed spears would have a metal end.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah. No, what I meant to say was just that it's not going to be like flashy, new looking metal. It's not going to be shiny or anything. It's going to be pretty consumed. I guess you can tell, but the color I was thinking about was more of a brassy thing versus steel.
Nu metal is my favorite musical genre.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I think my jokes go over Nemo's head sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah. But it's mostly because I'm drawing, and sometimes I just don't get it. I have to rethink about it, and then maybe I get it. But it's, I have to say, to my defense, that it is mostly because I am also drawing at the time. I'm usually a little more mentally active than this. Usually.
That's why having me in the call is a big mistake.
Yeah. No, it's not a mistake. It's fun. It's really fun, actually. No, really, I did need feedback. I may just have to screen share then. I guess. I might be on tomorrow evening, maybe. Not today, though. Today, definitely not, because I got the other stream. The Italian stream.
Post it in the Discord.
What?
I said post it in the Discord so I can see it.
Yeah, I told you he's very shy about his stuff. He's not going to post it publicly, even if it's limited public. Right, Cheese? Or you can do it. I would appreciate if you did it. So that Chase can also see that.
I mean, it's really just us in the Discord.
Yeah, it is. Until I figure out those last things, and also until I get a little more viewers, because that would be kind of weird if I open the Discord and there's like just me posting stuff. No, I don't mind for this. It's just a sculpt. You mean screen share in Discord? You mean now? I don't know if I have the time now because I have to finish this. But yeah, I meant on Discord, like if I am on Discord for a private chat tomorrow evening or something. Like your afternoon, obviously. If you need feedback, I'm happy to give you my mean feedback. It's the size of these things. Maybe. No, it doesn't have to feel too new. Sure, then let me know. I can use some feedback on this. Okay. Alright, I'll let you know. 20 years later.
Wait,
Wait, can you say it again, Chase? You cut off. I cannot hear you now. I don't know if you're saying anything.
Hello, hello, hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, okay.
Okay, yeah. I was just saying that the guy who was doing music for my games is also Italian.
Really?
I don't know what part of Italy he's from, but I know that he's from there.
Whoa, you're gonna have to set up some pasta meals then.
He did say he wanted to join one of my streams sometime, so maybe he'll pop in.
Cool. See, we're artists in the heart. So you're gonna have a Italian artsy Italian game with an Italian heart. The Italians are some amazing composers. We do have some good composers.
we were talking about westerns the other day and talking about composers.
Yeah. 14 years? That would be your fault. No, I said like 20 years later. Yeah, that would be my fault. Done here. Secondary raps. I guess. Still be your fault, yeah. But I'm never late. I'm usually not late. I'm gonna say ever. I'm usually not late. Unless I got good reasons or I want the person to pay for what she or he has done to me. In which case I could take a little revenge. But usually not. I am extremely revengeful. Too revengeful, probably. It doesn't have to be some elaborate critique, just a few minutes. Yeah, sure. Actually, I've been asked to mentor someone this last couple of days. Just waiting for the guy to get back to me again. As I also said, I think with Cheese the other day, here on stream, if any of you guys who are watching want to send me some stuff for critique, like monsters mainly, I'm happy to do it live in one of the streams. Revengeful? What would I do? Oh, dare you. No, I'm not. I don't have any reason to take revenge against you yet. Not yet. I might in the future, but not now. Otherwise, you would know, I guess.
You almost did yesterday, but then it turned out that
yeah. No, he was. I was wrong. So, he can take revenge against me if he wants by sending me some Kill la Kill stuff. I wouldn't mind that, but I would have to screen share it since you don't have ZBrush. Right. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, that's why I said on Discord. Because I don't have ZBrush now, so I cannot do it for 3D files. Mine was more like saying, you know, if someone watching has an image, a drawing they want me to have a look at, I'm happy to do so. Of course, nobody wants. Who cares? Yeah, that's not looking too bad. It might be a little... I think it's not straight. Is it noticeable? Let's see. Why did I do it on another layer? That was dumb. Let's see. It's a little bent. I don't think it's got any correction though. I mean, the water must be corroding the whatever material the body of the spear is made of. So I guess it's not very straight anymore. It's being used. Let's pretend.
That's not a big deal. I mean, pole arms bend all the time.
Yeah. I'm just a perfectionist. Don't revenge upon me, no. You're not Japanese. Just kidding. Maybe. It's almost there. Incredible. I was able to ink a whole non-limbless creature in a single stream. That's epic. Never done something like this before. It's much slower. That's good. Yeah, I'm getting a little better slowly. That's good.
You've learned to not be directed by me.
Yeah, right. It's your influence. You bring good luck to the stream and to my inking capabilities. No, it's also because I've been working on that fire monster for 2 days, just inking. So I did get a little faster because of that.
Well, I hope you're not getting burnt out.
No, it's actually pretty fun. Honestly, I like how they were all turning out. So it's cool.
Anyone?
Mm-hmm.
No, I was seeing if anyone liked my joke that he didn't get burnt out on the fire monster.
See, I didn't even
Nobody.
pay attention to that. No, I didn't hear it. I didn't even notice the joke.
Is my mic on? Hello, anyone?
It is on. It is on. He got it now. See. Oh man, your jokes are too smart for this stream. But I would notice it. I usually this is the type of joke that I usually do, and nobody understands. It's just that, as I said, I'm drawing, so I'm probably my brain is split into 2 or 3 or 4. So I'm probably not as receptive to jokes as I usually am. You could probably tell yesterday. Yesterday, I was still drawing, but maybe a little less when I joined your stream. So I was a little more able to tell mean jokes and say mean stuff.
That's fine.
That's how I usually am. Mean.
When I join other people's streams, I typically follow the rules because I feel like that's respectful. When you come on my stream, you can be as mean as you want because that's how I
am. Chase, yeah, you did. I sent a message on Discord yesterday. I tagged you on my Discord saying that Chase was about to stream, but I guess you didn't see it, obviously.
It was only about an hour, and I had some technical issues halfway through, but there wasn't much except me and Nemo making jokes about Japanese dialogue.
Yeah. And the much better localization and adaptation of the dialogues.
It was on both, Emperor. I was dual streaming to YouTube and Twitch yesterday.
Like a me. I do find that YouTube is a little slower, and obviously it doesn't make sense because not many people use YouTube for watching live streams. Right now I have one. Someone is patient enough to be watching on YouTube, and for the rest I've got some people here, obviously you guys, on Twitch, but mostly it's like I almost never get live views on YouTube. Now that both you and the other guys who were on YouTube came to
Yeah,
Twitch.
I do it just in case, like, I get a couple of stragglers that somehow, find the stream on
Yeah.
YouTube. Yeah, most of my viewership comes from Twitch.
It's also easier to monetize, honestly, Twitch compared to YouTube.
Yeah.
And I noticed that for some reason YouTube tends to play around a little bit with views. Sometimes my counter went down in some of the videos. That was not
Yeah,
nice.
I got my I get the stream reports after every stream.
Yeah.
And stream report yesterday, it was saying like at one point I had 4 unique viewers, and like my counters were not showing that at all.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the deal is, but
you all better not be joking about me, or you guys are not better than Judas. No, we were joking about Japanese. He should do Twitch. He does. Yeah, he said so. I mean, he was also on Twitch. Both. If you tag the Twitch before you leave, I'll give you a follow. Give it a follow. Yeah, you can
just click my name.
Also, oh, it's not there because you're not in the chat. In the chat, not voice chat, just chat.
I keep forgetting I'm not chatting in the chat.
Yeah. Honestly, this is a type of feature or garment that I always drew since when I was 16, maybe, on my characters, even human. I've always liked this, the wrapping around the arm. Probably got it from Kingdom Hearts. I think because of Cloud's sword there. It was all wrapped in bandage.
I know it was edgy, but I did like that too.
Yeah.
Jeez, how did you not make that connection?
Yeah, I might have said so actually in one of the streams. Like the name was very reminiscent of
Like
another.
Whenever Nemo would say Chase, I would type in the chat as under my name.
Yeah. Split this.
But I understand. I'm a man of many names.
Bargorn, among others.
Copacetic Citadel, which is also my itch name, by the way.
Oh, really? I don't get to see the names of whoever buys my packs. I do see the email, so I can tell you have a university email.
Oh, yeah.
You go by many names too. You're pain. Yeah, he goes by many names. Especially John. That's not his name, but he also goes by John. Sometimes.
Sounds close.
It's close. Okay, this, and then it's done. John, where do you see that on your line? Your line account has John as a nickname. Yeah, you did. Forgot to update it. Trying to use another name to chat with Japanese girls or something? Just kidding.
I can't make fun of him for that.
No. Me neither, I guess.
You especially can't.
I can't. Huh. He's not. Yeah, right. I'm very guilty of that. Was very guilty of that. A rusty, spiky spear. It's there.
Remember, everyone, if Nemo ever makes fun of you for talking to girls online, he went to another country to be with one. So he can't do that.
No, it's gonna chase me forever. Ha. See, I can do that too. I can also do that. I can also tell that kind of joke. Look, some names sound cooler, even their English variants. Yeah. I just use my charm and humor. Yeah. One thing I don't like about Paint Tool Sai is that it does not make it easy to pull a straight line. Because it doesn't have a, like... Or actually it does. Jeez. I didn't know that. It's gotta be new inside too, because the first one didn't have it. Okay. Good to know. I was about to say it's not like Photoshop, you can click and then click again holding shift and pull a straight line. But it actually does something similar. So
Whoa.
just not
Nemo,
pressure
are you
sensitive.
turning into a robot?
No, why? What happened?
You sound like a robot to me.
Really? I had the same issue with your audio a second ago, but then you went back to normal. Do I still sound like a robot?
Cheese, does Nemo sound like a robot to you?
I don't know what might have happened. Didn't change anything. He is hearing you. Because I can see the little green thing go up. Not for me, it could be what Discord does to us. Oh yeah, right. Because when I talk to Cheese, it's very metallic sounding sometimes on Discord.
Okay.
But not
it's
on...
it's sounding better now.
It's not. It doesn't happen on Skype, for example. Only on Discord.
I was afraid. I thought you were being assimilated.
No, not yet. There's still time for that. I saw this this YouTube video some time ago that was about this is the scariest thing you can possibly hear, and it's if you just after you hear it, your life is gonna be ruined. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to it. He went Roboto at the beginning.
I did?
Oh yeah, because obviously I'm streaming my Discord audio, and at some point at the beginning and a while ago you did sound a little robotic, but it was not long. It was like a couple seconds, maybe 10 seconds, 20, and then you went back to normal. It was still possible to hear you, like it was still
Yeah. Don't worry, I'm definitely human, so
let's find
you
out.
don't need to be
Spill
suspicious.
some blood. Speaking of assimilation, any fans of The Thing?
Yes. Great.
Which thing?
If you're talking-
Which one? Which
Yeah,
thing?
if you're talking about the original John Carpenter movie, yes, not the remake. The original John Carpenter Thing is one of the best horror movies ever.
I haven't watched it because I'm scared. You do like some horror, not all of the horror up there. Actually, it's funny because one of the type of games that I would like to make is a survival horror with dinosaurs, like Dino Crisis. I tell this to Emperor Cheese all the time. Like, if I could make a game, I would make two types of games: an RPG and a survival horror like Dino Crisis, because I absolutely want a new one.
I thought you said you weren't good at doing like dinosaur designs.
Did I say so? Well, I'm not good at designing, maybe, but I
Oh.
like dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs, actually. I'm not good at it, but I like them. I like dinosaurs a lot.
I did send you a concept if you did a volcano or a wasteland pack for like a Tyrannosaurus design.
Yeah.
I feel like that would work for that.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah. I actually saw it again the other day. Scrubbed through the folder.
It's like an FF6 when you have that island with the dinosaurs and they all cast meteor.
Although those are kind of too simple. I found that dinosaurs, at least, or a lot of the monsters actually in Final Fantasy VI had a little bit of a weak design compared to 5. 5 had a lot better design on a lot of monsters. I have to give it. Oh, he's talking about The Thing. I have to give it a rewatch. The original one. I love John's The Thing. Agreed on that. One of the best horror movies ever. So he likes it. Oh, there's a guy that plays indie games, and he played a horror-themed dinosaur game, and the ideas were interesting. I want to make a horror-based game someday for fun, or so fun. Do you have a link to that video? I might be interested in playing that game. If it's not the Isle, because I am not interested in playing as a dinosaur.
Is it an older game or a newer game? Because there was like a PlayStation 1 game called Dino Crisis that was like, it was basically Resident Evil, but with dinosaurs.
Yeah, that's the... maybe you didn't hear what I said before then. Was I robotic again?
Oh. You went a little robotic there.
Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah, that's what I said, like Dino Crisis. That's my favorite horror game, I guess, from the PlayStation era.
That's just because you haven't played Parasite Eve.
I haven't. It's true. I haven't. I have not played Parasite Eve. A lot of people talk about it, but I have not played it.
Oakwood. I think I know what he's talking about. Is Parasite Eve good? I haven't played the newer stuff. I have the original, and I really like it. Very interesting.
It's made by Square, right? Squaresoft.
Yeah. So there's RPG elements to it.
Yeah. Emperor Cheese, he likes Parasite Eve too. I think it was him talking to me some time ago about Parasite Eve. Talking me
that
into
might be a
playing
fun
Parasite
game for me to stream.
That would be cool. See, I wouldn't have to play it that way. You could play it. The original one, I had the biggest crush on Aya when I was a kid. I guess it's Aya, Japanese probably.
Probably, yeah.
I have this thing in my insane head that for some reason dinosaurs are not animals but monsters because of Dino Crisis. So if I envision a game or a movie or a book with dinosaurs, it has to be horror. That's why, or I have some horror elements. That's why I like the first Jurassic Park book, but not The Lost World from the same author. It was too... I don't know, it was different. And if I could ask for a game with dinosaurs, it would have to be something like with the gameplay of Alien Isolation and dinosaurs.
Yeah, they should just make a Jurassic Park game that's like that, where like a velociraptor's hunting you down in a facility.
Yeah. That's the paradigm of dinosaur game for me. And there is someone who's making something similar. I think it's called Death Ground. Or it might be the other one. There are two games in development that are similar to what I'm talking about. I just am not sure which one is Death Ground and which one is... What's the other... I forgot the other's name. but they look promising. They're indie games, but they're really good. They're really good looking. Unreal Engine 4, I think, or even 5. I'm not sure. 2 was also fun, but took a different turn. If I had my ideal dinosaur game, I would want a survival game where you have to scavenge and survive. Yeah, that would also be fun.
Yeah,
We
you're like
actually
alone in the
played-
woods.
Alone in the Woods? Isn't that Cheese? Isn't that the one you were showing me last Christmas, around Christmas? Alone in the Woods? Maybe something else. We with Cheese, we played Alone in the Woods. Yeah. Have you heard of the Lost World Trespasser? Like that, but more open world and a lot better. I haven't. Have you, Chase?
Lost World Trespasser?
Pretty familiar with dinosaur games. I just don't know all. Sometimes I know what you're talking about, but I need to make the mental connection. Oh yeah, that's like a very old game. It was like on Windows back in the day. Yeah, there's just been a lot of like Jurassic Park games. There's even a Jurassic Park fighting game.
Yeah, true. I just wish I could get something that had the same vibe of Dino Crisis. That game freaked me so badly.
Yeah.
So badly that I swear I would dream of being chased by dinosaurs and would try to press start to pause the game. That's insane. I was so freaked out, but I liked it.
We had an SNES in my house growing up, and we played the one where like there's sections where you play as Grant. It's like the side roller one,
Yeah.
and then you play as the Velociraptor, so you can like, go back and forth between them. I had a lot of fun playing that as a kid.
Yeah, I might have played that too at a friend's house. You seem to have gone a little robotic again, but still understandable for now.
Okay.
I enjoyed Dino Crisis, and it had its scary moments. Yeah. The first contact I had with Dino Crisis were from a demo where you had to set up turn on the satellite, basically satellite dish. Or no, it was not a satellite dish. It was like a communication tower antenna. And in another part, it was 2 parts demo, that and the part where the T-Rex smashes through the glass in the office after you get the Soul Leo key. And that totally freaked me. What game was that? He's asking. The game you mentioned, Chase, I guess.
Oh,
Yes,
it
yes.
wasn't the original, because I think the original was like a redone of the NES version, which was like a top-down kind of thing. Let me see. Oh, man. Sorry, you can talk while I.
Yeah.
look this up.
We're just finishing this out. Oh.
Don't want there to be dead air.
Yeah, it's cool. Oh, if you were not here, it would be much more silent. So actually, thank you for keeping it alive a little more. I'm not the greatest host when I'm drawing, or when I'm not drawing. I guess. Oh, Cheese seems to know which one it was.
Yeah,
I do
now
know.
I'm
I do know the game. I don't know the name of it though.
Yeah, you know what? I think I confused it with the Sega version, like the Sega Genesis version, because that did have sections where you can play as the Velociraptor, and it's like a side scroller.
I
but I
remember
do
an
remember.
SNES game. I think it was SNES, probably not NES. Where you had to go around and you had you shot like these big pistol shots. Uh, I don't remember the name really, but you were Grant. Not Grunt. You were Professor Grant. Absolutely.
Oh, I think that's the one. Is that the one I was talking about, where it's
Yeah,
like a
it
top
might
down?
be. Yeah, it's kind of top down. And I clearly remember the fences. You had to go around and maybe
Yep.
turn on the fences or something like that. I don't know if you had
That might
to
be the.
something to do with the fences, but there were fences there. I clearly remember the fences.
If I'm remembering correctly, in that version too, like when you would go inside buildings, it would go first person. It was like a dungeon crawler kind of thing.
It could be. I don't have a clear memory of it because it was at a friend's house, so I did not have an SNES. You had a Mega Drive, the Genesis.
Yeah, I kind of remember that now. It was almost like Doom, except with dinosaurs.
Could
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Chi says that one is Jurassic Park for the SNES. That's the one I'm talking about.
All right, I think I'm gonna close it here. Pretty happy with how it turned out. Maybe a little messy here, too many strokes, but I'm gonna simplify it later um, when I paint it. Yeah, what do you think, Chase?
It's looking good.
Would you add it to your game eventually?
Yeah,
No.
probably.
All right, so at least everyone could hear Chase today, so that's good. Thanks a lot. So thanks a lot, Chase, for joining today again and keeping the chat alive.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be back on Monday, so I'm gonna take tomorrow off. Whenever you want to join, just let me know, and we're gonna do it again. So for the rest, everyone, thanks for watching. You guys have a good weekend, a good Sunday, and hopefully I'm gonna see you again on Monday with the grayscale part of this. All right, you guys have a good weekend then. Again, take care. Cheers.